many more men have we lost, Rorschach?
We've lost Johnny Blade, Tony Stark, and the Dreamcaster.
Crap, there goes the rest of the supporting cast.
Matt, I think it's time to execute Plan Delta.
Yeah, I think you're right. Our world has been torn apart by war for decades. There's no end in sight, at least not at this time. My time chair remains operational, but its power source has been severely depleted. It has enough power left for a single one-way trip into the past, to the day where everything changed. To prevent this future, I would not entrust this mission with anyone, not even myself, but I feel that you are the right man for the job. So, what do you say?
Alright, major roll!
We're doomed.
Hey guys, Matt here, bringing you the latest in movie reviews. And today, I'm taking a look at X-Men Days of Future Past.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing...
So who's in this movie? Well, it's got the Easter Bunny, Mr. Tumnus, David from Prometheus, Katniss Everdeen, the guy from Warm Bodies, Tyrion Lannister, Captain Picard, and Gandalf. What's it about? Well, it starts off in the future, where the world has become a dystopia thanks to the mutant-hunting robots called the Sentinels. But fortunately, the X-Men are still around fighting the oppression, and we get to see everyone's favorite mutants again, like Professor X, and Magneto, and a bunch of mutants newly introduced that none of you have probably ever heard of before. But look, there's Iceman! So the X-Men decide that they need to send somebody back in time by switching minds with their younger self in order to prevent this future, and Wolverine is chosen for whatever reason they give, but it's just an excuse so Wolverine can be the protagonist of yet another X-Men film. Just for reference how often Wolverine is made the protagonist of X-Men movies, in the original Days of Future Past story, Wolverine dies pretty early on, and Shadowcat is the main character. I don't think half of you out there even know who Shadowcat is. So Wolverine's mind is sent back in time to his younger body in the year 1973. So in this movie, he won't be fighting mutant oppression, but rather bad fashion and acid trips. Burn! Obligatory, that 70s show reference is obligatory. So Wolverine has to put the team together, and we get to see younger versions of our favorite mutants, like Professor X, who is taking a drug that takes away his powers but gives him the use of his legs. And Beast, who is also taking a drug that subdues his beastliness. And New Mutant Quicksilver, who is pretty well built up and is in the movie for a few scenes before pretty much disappearing completely. The only thing faster than his super speed powers is his appearance in this movie. Burn! God bless the 70s. Oh, and Magneto is also in jail for the assassination of President Kennedy. Now that's not true. Everyone knows that the comedian was the one that killed Kennedy, right, Rorschach?
Ah, probably.
And the shape-shifting femme fatale Mystique has plans on killing the creator of the Sentinels, Bolivar Trask, played by Peter Dinklage. You don't need to kill him, Mystique. You just need to demand a trial by combat. But little does Mystique know that the murder of Trask is what caused the dystopian future, and it's up to Wolverine and his merry mutants to stop her. But meanwhile in the future, the X-Men must keep Wolverine's mind stabilized so he can finish his mission in the past before the Sentinels find them in their hideout. But why would any of that matter? I mean, if they had already sent Wolverine's mind back in time, shouldn't the events of the movie already transpired because they'd already sent Wolverine's mind back in time, and that would have caused a ripple effect in the time stream because the past and the present can't coexist at the same time?
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
So final verdict, 9 out of 10. This is truly one of the best X-Men movies yet, and it's good to have director Bryan Singer taking the reins again. It's also the biggest X-Men movie yet, with the threat of mutant extinction raising the stakes higher than they've ever been. And it was refreshing to not only have the new first-class X-Men movie cast in it, but also the original X-Men movie cast in it, and it was nice to see all those familiar faces again, even if some of them were rather brief. And speaking of that, not a lot of the new mutants introduced get a lot of screen time, with the biggest offender being Bishop. For those of you who have no idea who he is, Bishop is one of the major players in X-Men comics when it comes to time travel and dystopian future stories. When he was announced for the movie, everyone thought he was going to have a big role because of the time travel nature of the film, while in the actual movie, he's there. He's a member of the future X-Men, and so the film only cuts back to action with him occasionally, and it is pretty cool action at that, but I just thought he was rather underused as a character. Maybe I'll use him more in a future film, I don't know. And I am pumped for the next upcoming X-Men film, X-Men Apocalypse. After Days of Future Past, anything to do with the villain Apocalypse is the next big thing fans want in the movies. I'm gonna go see if there's any more news right now. So I just found out that Channing Tatum will be playing Gambit in that movie. So one of my favorite X-Men will be played by one of my least favorite actors. Rant to follow. Well, alright people, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, that was fun. Time-traveling stool chair. Cross that off my bucket list.
Deadpool? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm not Deadpool. I'm Future Pool. That sounded a lot better in our head.
Just roll with it, okay? Just roll with it.
I've been sent back from future you to come and save from some sort of weird disaster thing. Disaster thing. And yeah, it's supposed to start right here. Here? Or there? Oh, the time. That's what it is. That's what it was. That's what he told me to tell you. Hi.
Really? What could have happened today to have caused such a war? Behold, Review Boy! My latest plan for your ultimate destruction!
Maybe this guy knows.
Schumacher? What are you doing here? And what is that? This, my dear boy, is a button that, when pressed, will release every nuclear missile on Earth at the exact same time! But that would cause a full-scale nuclear war! Exactly! With everyone fighting each other in nuclear oblivion, there will be no one left with time to criticize my movies! And with the signal for the launch button coming from your house, you will be ultimately blamed for this apocalypse! Double win for Schumacher!
For the record, I like the Lost Boys.
Deadpool, you just saved the future!
Yeah, I guess I did.
Deadpool, you jerk!
Whoopsies.
You just caused World War III, you freaking idiot!
Yeah, I guess I did. But if I caused the future apocalypse, then how come you don't remember it? Or maybe it's one of those weird time sort of paradoxes, timey-wimey, spacey, stuffy.
Alright, that is enough! I've been running around all day fixing the mistakes that you left in the time stream with your antics. Paradoxes aren't easy to fix, you know. You know what? I just can't deal with this anymore. It's like every week you're screwing with the time stream. I just can't handle it anymore. You know what? There! I just took away the time-traveling properties of your time chair. Now this is the chair. How does that make you feel? And you! You're going to time jump for potentially starting a future war. And you! Stay out of the time stream. Well, this has been quite a day. Boy, I'll say! Get out of my house.
Can I come out yet?
Have you learned your lesson about screwing with the time stream?
Kinda.
I don't believe you.
I thought Cable was gonna have my ass for this, not you.
Well, Cable's in an alternate universe.
Can I please come out?
No.
I'm
You've still got some
hungry.
eggs in there. Well, then you should have thought about that before you completely disobeyed the Shadow Proclamation.
I want tacos.
I thought you were all about chimichangas.
Tacos and chimichangas work together.
We might get Taco Bell later if you're good.